Hello, welcome to this update. So we have this slight risk of severe weather, a few spots of South Dakota and to Nebraska, this bigger marginal from New Mexico to Wisconsin, and also a margin far southern Texas and southeastern Texas into parts of the Mississippi Valley and to the southeast margin as well. Also spots the northern mid-Atlantic. So we do have this broad tornado threat from Texas to southern Missouri. So be careful in those areas, a tornado or two possible. The strongest storms, wind 15% in South Dakota and Nebraska, 5% in all the areas. So be careful in those areas, some damaging winds. There's hail, also 15% there. Nebraska, South Dakota, so stay safe in those areas. There's like 5% in the mid-Atlantic and southern Texas too. So scared areas of strong thunderstorm development are possible today into tonight, accompanied potential for severe hail and wind across parts the Great Plains, the upper Midwest and Texas coastal plains towards lower Mississippi Valley, small portion of the northern mid-Atlantic. So be careful in those areas. And there's day 2 still. We'll get this pattern change, and there will be the storm spots of the high plains into spots the interior west near the Rockies. So there's this light risk from Texas to Montana, and this marginal around it as well. There's a small, tiny 2% tornado threat spots of Nebraska into northern Colorado, Wyoming, so be careful in those areas. This might change too. There's wind in all those areas and also some hail, so be careful. Scared severe storms may occur Friday from Montana to the Central Plains, a large hail and corridors for damaging winds possible. So be careful in those areas. This because a shortwave trough moved across the Pacific Northwest during the day to the northern Rockies, later of an upper ridge building from northern Mexico into the Arizona, New Mexico. Meanwhile, the modest westerly flow aloft will exist on the northeast as a weak disturbance move across Arkansas, Missouri, into mid-Mississippi lower Ohio valleys. At the surface, low pressure will exist across the Great Basin, with southwest flow reaching upper trough and lead trough along the length of the high plains, increasing the boundary layer. Theta E will spread for the high plains via southeast winds, resulting in elongated areas scared severe thunderstorm potential during the afternoon and evening. So be careful in those areas tomorrow. Stay safe. There's still this marginal risk for Saturday from Montana to Mexico, so be careful, especially the central plains, a few spots there. So scare strong to severe storms may occur Saturday parts of the central plains, so be careful there as well. Day 4 through 8, still nothing. It's quiet, but still some elevated fire threat, a few spots of Nevada into Washington, Oregon for Thursday today and also into Friday, so be careful, some slight fire danger. There's today this excessive rainfall, still moderate in Texas, so please stay safe. Some flooding there, central to southeastern Texas, and this light risk from Texas to Arkansas, and also a slight risk in Minnesota and to Wisconsin, the Dakotas. So stay safe. There's a marginal as well in the southeast and also spots of the north there, so be careful. Day 2 still a slight in the Arcotex and the areas around it there. A marginal as well goes all the way to Ohio, a marginal in the upper Midwest, and also there where those storms will be, spots of Montana to Colorado, a marginal in the southeast as well. Saturday still a slight risk in Arkansas, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Louisiana, so still be careful. Like Sunday still shows marginal in the north and spots it's not the southeast, but like around the southeast Mississippi Valley, a few spots the mid-Atlantic too. There's day 5 shows still a marginal in the northern plains, a few spots in the Midwest and the East Coast. So be careful in those areas. Shows like more than 5 inches next 7 days, possibly spots of Arkansas, there into Mississippi and Alabama, more than 3-4 inches in Texas. So be careful, some flooding. Also Minnesota and those areas more than 4 inches. So be careful. Next 3 days already shows you close to 5 inches in Arkansas. Be careful with flooding. Next 5 days shows even more, and into the East Coast as well. So stay safe in those areas. Be careful. Does show here the moderate heat risk spots the southwest and also the mid-Atlantic, spots the southeast and major in Texas. So Friday more major southern Texas, a spot or two of Florida, and more moderate. Saturday more major in Arizona to New Mexico, spots southern Texas. Does show Sunday some spots of extreme New Mexico into Arizona. So stay safe in those areas. Monday still extreme, a few spots of Texas into Arizona and New Mexico. There's Tuesday potentially showing some major heat risk in Oklahoma, Texas, and spots in the southeast as well. And into Wednesday spreading further east this major heat risk. So be careful. Those areas we'll keep watching. There's like the storms here. The herd does show spots of Texas there, in Louisiana and Arkansas, some stronger storms, and also this heavier rain in the upper Midwest. So be careful these schools, that low pressures spots of Missouri and Arkansas, those storms spinning around there still shows a lot of scared storms by Friday afternoon in the southeast, and also as far north as New York, Ohio, a few spots there as well. So be careful. Central Florida, a few stronger ones possible, and does show this afternoon, evening, northern Mexico and some spots of Texas, especially there, those highlands in Mexico. Be careful, some severe storms possible. So does show Montana as well, those storms. Be aware, especially Friday shows some severe storms possible. Montana, the Her, already has a very strong one there. Some spots of Texas into Colorado, Wyoming, potentially into Canada as well, into Saskatchewan, some stronger storms Friday evening. So stay safe and all those storms in the southeast. So does show the Cape here, especially spots of Texas, but also in the southeast, a lot of Cape scared. Some spots of Texas like 3,000 joules per kilogram. So be careful. Where that slight risk is in South Dakota, Nebraska, they show more than 2,500 joules per kilogram, a few spots there. So stay safe too. And here shows like there's those temperatures still to more than 107 already in the southwest, 106. So be careful in those areas, and it's because of this upper ridge forming across Mexico, spots of New Mexico and Arizona. Those higher pressures will cause those very high temperatures, the heat wave. So be mindful in those areas. Shows some 90s, the mid-Atlantic, southeast as well. So be careful those areas during the night. Does show a few spots to like some 70s in the south, a little bit lower in the mountains there in the west, but still like tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, to 106, 107, and even more spots of California, especially in that valley. So stay safe in those areas. So 90s, close to 100 in Texas, New Mexico. And then this is Friday afternoon. I showed you there's now Saturday morning, shows still lower in the Cascades, a few spots colder there, but very hot still in the south. Those areas shows Saturday afternoon around 109 in Arizona, California, 107, 105, some 90s across Utah, Colorado, spots in New Mexico, Texas, more than 100, 90s in the plains and more spots. So stay safe in those areas Saturday. Be careful still. warm to hot during the night in the southwest, southeast as well, slightly colder in the northwestern mountains. But this goes does show like some 113 array spots to the southwest by Sunday. So Sunday might be a very hot day in those areas. So let's check around the four corners first into Arizona. Shows right to 113, and Phoenix is somewhere around there. So you might have a very hot day in Phoenix. Please stay safe in other metropolitan areas there. So to 112, 110, California to 111, 113, and the valley even like to 120 plus. So please be careful. Southern Utah more than 100 as well. Into New Mexico 105, into Texas. So stay safe in those areas. Day 4 during the night still some is in some spots, so still hot some spots during the night. Be careful, the heat risk. Shows by Monday morning, no Monday afternoon, shows 111 again, 110, 106. So stay safe. 110 spots of Arizona, California, 106 in Nevada, even more in the valley. So stay safe in those areas. The whole area for day 5, so 90s, higher 90s in the plains, potential close to 100, some 90s in the southeast as well for Monday. During the night, slightly less in the Rockies, in some spots there. But Tuesday afternoon, this heat starts shifting further east to that ridge. So shows like to 100 in Texas, close to Oklahoma, close to 100 northern Texas. So stay safe in the southeast as well. And this by Wednesday morning, slightly colder in the Wyoming Rockies, but still shows Wednesday afternoon some 90s in the plains, more to 108 in the southwest again. So stay safe in those areas, be careful. Slightly higher gusts, a few spots in the northeast or a few spots or two on the west as well, but nothing too crazy. This heat wave will also affect parts of northern Mexico, so already shows this afternoon more than 39 degrees spots in northwestern Mexico, especially close to 42 right near the Baja. So be careful in those areas. More spots in northern Mexico, especially Friday, shows to 40 degrees. Many spots like northern Mexico, especially northwesternmost Mexico, more than 36 along the west coast. So stay safe, especially Saturday. Shows spots of western Mexico to 44 degrees. So stay safe, those temperatures there. Sunday still shows like into northernmost Mexico to 45 degrees. So please be careful, some 43. And yeah, Sunday, still on Monday across northern Mexico, and more potential right by Tuesday to 44 degrees northwestern Mexico, and also more spots in northern Mexico. So stay safe. Temperaturas muy altas así, norte de México, este fin de semana que viene. Precauciones. So stay safe in those areas, and also watching some storm potential next week in the Midwest, because we remember those fronts in Canada that I showed you. So also the southern portion of them might bring some stronger storms in the Midwest. So we'll keep watching too. And stay safe in those areas. Let's see if there's any snow in Canada. So the show here still like northern Nunavut, some spots in northern Quebec, still some heavier snow in Nunavut from those systems. So be careful in those areas, especially Nunavut, a finger to British Columbia, even the Rockies and Alberta. So be aware. And the GFS doesn't have it, but the European even has like less than an inch in Idaho or in Oregon, but that's only the European, and it also has very little in Colorado, but not the icon nor the GFS, so just the Europeans, those small spots of snow, but the main thing is in Canada, so be aware. and I just changed the colors here. So now green and yellow is heavy rain, so shows spots of Alberta to 75 millimeters in some spots in British Columbia. So still because of those fronts and everything. So be aware. So here you can see like a few spots in Quebec. There's some snow and a few spots of freezing rain as well. So be aware today. This goes through Friday. A few spots northern Quebec, still some freezing rain Friday morning. So be aware in this front, some snow in British Columbia, and this rain in Alberta. A few stronger storms Friday evening, southern Alberta, Saskatchewan. So be aware. I think this a severe storm or two is possible. Some hail and some gusty winds in Alberta, Saskatchewan. So be aware Friday. This goes still shows Saturday into Sunday. A few storms central Canada into Ontario by Sunday, and then this goes and does show next week. Still this on the 18th shows more across Alberta. A few spots Manitoba, especially on the 17th in the afternoon. So this goes still on the 18th in Ontario, showing more storms. The European has this big front by the 20th in eastern Canada. So we'll keep watching. Be careful in those areas. So there's like shows until the 17th some rain in New Brunswick, a few spots in eastern Canada, but later on does increase across spots of Quebec in those areas. So does show these yellows even to 100 millimeters next 10 days, a few spots in Quebec. So be aware, and especially those storms like western, southwestern Canada, Friday and Saturday, everything. So be aware. We discussed the temperatures yesterday, but still like a summary shows those milder temperature spots southern Canada, still colder at the end of this week, northeastern spots there, and the western mountains. But this goes shows warmer in southern Canada, still cold in Nunavut, a few spots the northwest warmer, and then this goes there, but does get much warmer spots in northwestern territories, southern Manitoba, especially in Alaska. Might be close to like some 70s Fahrenheit in some spots there. So be aware. This is by Monday, Sunday and Monday. So be aware, but still those lower pressures in Nunavut, some colder temperatures. So be aware, those areas slightly gusty winds near the Atlantic there, and Nunavut. So does show Friday afternoon strong gusts northern Nunavut. So stay safe, especially if there's snow as well, and later in the Hudson Bay. By Monday, sometimes in the U.S. a few spots with those storms, but nothing that crazy. So be aware those areas, and still shows here like let's see what's lurking in the Eastern Pacific, because the Atlantic's still quiet. So there's this area now to 70 and 90% chance of formation near the coastal Mexico. So we'll keep watching this environmental conditions appear conducted for developing the system. Tropical depressions expected for the next day or two, where most generally west, northwest, or just offshore southwestern coastal Mexico. So be aware, a few spots there. I don't expect this to hit Mexico, but just keep watching. There's this other array at 20% near the coast of Central America. We might need to watch for next week. So we'll keep watching. And the show here, sorry, I don't know what's happening, for this system, the Eastern Pacific. So there's like 93E. The invest shows array. Some models have to category 1, most just tropical storm, but some array at category 1 possible in the Eastern Pacific. Most of them just curve away into the Pacific. So as of now, no threat for Mexico, but might produce some gale warnings and rough surf still. So we'll keep watching those areas, and the Atlantic is still quiet. There are a few tropical waves in the Central Caribbean that caused some flooding in Trinidad and Tobago in a few spots, but the GFS still develops these into tropical storms Central America into the Gulf. So the GFS still in its own world, but we'll keep watching those areas because they show these small areas of more favorable environment, but later into late June into July, there's these red areas of potentially a period of less favorable environment. So we'll keep watching, but the European still doesn't have anything. And especially be careful of the heavy rain. Those areas, the Europeans trying to develop the other system, the 20% in the Eastern Pacific, but just the GFS has that storm in Central America. There's the Canadian, does have the heavy rains Central America, but then the Canadian tries to sneak into the Gulf on June 20th, so better watch this kind of closely. And the Canadian also goes into Mexico on June 15th, so better watch those areas across Mexico, those spots there for some heavy rain. So be aware those areas. And here for the rain does show next 5 days still the European spots of Nicaragua, Honduras. These oranges here are like more than 150, the yellow more than 100. So please be careful. Spots of Belize already showing more than 100 as well. Shows in El Salvador many spots more than 150 millimeters. Guatemala, so stay safe in those areas, especially in Costa Rica, close to 170. So still some heavy downpours in Nicaragua. Be careful with flooding because these things can cause a lot of flooding. So stay safe. Storms in Mexico, even to 80 millimeters, a few spots to 96 millimeters, and especially the west coast of Mexico, where those storms are very close. So stay safe in those areas. The GFS still has some absurd amounts in Honduras because it has this tropical storm forming there, but only the GFS has this, and I don't think it will become a tropical storm, but just be careful regardless there, because even like the European scenario already has flooding possible. So stay safe in those areas. The icon does show much less, just around the coast, more than 100, but still dangerous, so be careful. Central Honduras, like southern Honduras, more than 130 millimeters. Near southern Belize as well, to 197, even to 200. So stay safe. Spots of Mexico, central, southern Mexico, and those severe storms possible northern Mexico. Some hail to a lot of lightning, gusty winds. So be careful. There shows still some rains from these tropical waves to Trinidad and Tobago, some 54 millimeters into South America. So be careful. A few showers, the Caribbean, a thunderstorm or two, nothing too crazy, but still some showers and storms around Cuba, Jamaica as well, and the Cayman Islands. So be aware. The Bahamas slightly quieter, but in other spots more showers. So stay safe. We will keep watching.